Hello everyone, welcome to my beginner tutorial using Photoshop 2021. In this tutorial, I would like to cover simple skin retouches using healing brush and cloning tools. Now, I advise using a Wacom tablet or any kind of tablet that has a stylus with different pressure points. Otherwise, a mouse will be just fine. If you are looking for tablet, I have some recommendation under the description below. Now let's get started. So when I'm doing my skin retouching on any photos, I try to zoom in and look at all the skin textures on the picture. So what we need to do is let's go unlock this layer. We then duplicate this layer for backup purposes. And then normally I would just hide this, put it in the bottom just in case I need to get back onto. I mainly go to layer 0. So I create a new layer, and this is where I'm going to be doing my healing brush. So this is the healing brush tool that I use. I like to use this a lot because it just smooths out the skin, and I always put in a setting current layer and below. While layer 1 is selected, let's rename this a skin retouch. Yeah. So I zoom in and make sure that my size brush is as small as I can get to. So let's get rid of some of the pimples in here, actually more anything, and maybe some of the hair. I like to pick out a sample size on the smoothest skin possible. So shoulder is one of them in this particular picture. So as soon as I sample that, I zoom into the image face, make sure skin retouch layer selected, and I just dab it. And then the nice thing about having the stylus is you have different pressure points. You'll see the little cursor there where I'm doing the resample of it. I like to use the smoothest skin possible, so I have a better way to clean up the face. You can actually use you can actually sample around her face too in the photo, or any photo that you do. Is just that sometimes there's different shades in there that it just doesn't work out so well. But me, I like to use either the shoulder part or the chest area. There are times that if I want some texture on my sampling using healing brush, I would try to do it near the face on the cheekbone area. So, and here we are, we're just cleaning them all up, all the dots and the noises that you see in here. You have to be careful though using the healing brush, because the near you are to the edge of what you're cleaning up, they start to smear. As you can see, it's kind of smearing here, but I'm doing this on purpose because I want to soften up the shadow, because later on we're gonna clean this up even more to smooth everything out, because sometimes some of the shadow is just way too harsh, and I like to smear it up a little bit, and just get rid of those super light noises of skin that are just like popping out. Also, the smaller the brush you have, the better, so you'll have better accuracy when you're cleaning them up. Here we are, we're cleaning up the hair, so obviously the smaller the size of the brush is even better. You barely see the smearing part of things. So here you'll see that it's starting to smear to another color. We'll fix that later using clone tool. So for now, I just want to focus on the healing brush, trying to clean up all these hair. So particularly in this photo, I don't need to clean the hair because I like the effect of the hair, but in this tutorial, I just like to showcase the healing brush, and if you want to get rid of hair. So you'll see I'm already sampling the skin part near the face area, so I can get more texture into it. Sometimes the smooth skin doesn't work out too well at times, because sometimes it's just too smooth when the skins are a little bit rough. So I want more texture into my sampling. So this is the effect of the healing brush. I'm just going through them, and I'm sure you'll notice that there's that blotches of black mark over there, which we will fix in a little bit. I'll show you in a little bit here. Let me just clean this thing up. And it looks like it's looking pretty good from here. Let's just clean this up a little bit. This area over here, that I gotta clean that up. So marking this thing up so you can see it. So we have like a couple of options. Once we can do the patch tool or the clone tool, but I don't want to cover the patch tool. That's for another selection. So another tutorial. We'll do cloning tool for now. Make sure it's in, I'd say 30% because I'm using a stylus and I like to use the different pressure of this. I also like to put the hardness really low on this one because I don't want to show that sudden change of sample. So I'm sampling near the area. I don't want to sample really too far away from what I'm sampling, and this basically shows, you know, if you do the cloning thing, it'll be a lot smoother cleaning up those blotches. At the same time, you don't want to sample too close to where your brush is, otherwise you're sampling the sample and it'll look really weird. So just do it just enough with near the area, but not too far either, or else you'll end up sampling another part of and cloning like maybe another part of the hair, and then you're cloning that part, adding another hair on the different area what you're trying to paint. So after cleaning that up, I'm going back to my healing brush tool, and the skin retouch layer is still selected, so you won't be messing up the original photo. For this, I'm trying to make sure the hardness actually is supposed to be low as I can when it comes to healing brush tool. So I just clean up a little bit more here, just smoothing it out because it seems like there's a little bit of a sharp shadow drop. So since I cleaned that part out, I'm going to clean up some of the hair in here, and I know it's going to smear up a little bit here, which we'll fix that later on with the clone tool, as you can see. The benefit of like having a smaller size brush, you can definitely clean a lot of things that are either annoying or something that doesn't look right. So I advise using small brush as much as possible, but not too small where you can barely see the changes that you're doing. So here we are cleaning up certain areas, doing clone tool for now because I want to get rid of the smudges in here. I want to kind of imitate, or not saying, well, we are actually faking it to make it seem like it's part of the skin. So I mean, that's the whole purpose, right? So I'll clean up a couple more stuff in here, and there's something here that bugs me in the lips. So I'll do back to more healing brush. This part I'm gonna remove a little sort of an eye bag. So I clean up eye bags this way. I try to go for a bigger brush when I do the eye bag, but when I do the eye bag, I always tend to go for a smoother skin when I'm trying to sample it, smoothest skin possible, and then I just try to just flop it there, and just like that. Probably barely tell the difference, but I've been doing this for years, so I see all the flaws that I'm seeing. So but in this tutorial, I'm just trying to speed it up. I don't want to take too long. Normally I'll go even longer when I do my edits. I know it's just like a lot of sharp shadows in here that I like to kind of just smooth them out, so you'll look nicer on the final conclusion of this photo. So I know some more uneven skin there I'd like to clean up. It really bugs me. So let's clean up this hair just for the sake of this tutorial, even though I like that little hair in there. Let's clean that up. Those dark areas, just kind of smudge them. There you go. I noticed like there's some more big blotches of black area, so I just want to smooth them all out. Maybe it doesn't bug the majority of the people out there, but it does to me. So like I have a lot more stuff to work on this photo, but as I said, for the sake of the tutorial, just like to showcase the healing brush and the clone tool in Photoshop. Now you can see if I do, I think it should be okay. So it looks pretty clean. Now you see the difference of like the cleanup, just doing just that one layer of skin retouch that I made without messing up the original photo. Let me clean up a couple more stuff in here. That looks pretty good. Alright, so now what I tend to do is, since I created a backup, I basically would merge this down to that layer. So since we already had a backup, a BU that I created, we can always revert back, or I can always undo. I go to filter, and I want to clean up a lot of the noises in here. So I always go to filter, and I use camera raw filter. So this is like the last part of the process that I like to do in the photo. So you open up the detail area. Oop, there you go. And then I would start normally in the noise reduction to 50, but you can suit it however you like and whatever you think is right. I just like 50 to start out with, but then you can always go 10, 20, 5, or even 3. It really depends on you. So I mean, to me, for this particular photo, it looks pretty good on 50. So it looks nice and smooth. You don't lose much texture. There's this little bottom part here where you can do a comparison of before and after. So now I'm going to zoom in so you could see the before and after. I'll show it to you in a little bit. So I'm going to turn on my backup, and then you can see the before and after, before and after. Now let's go try to zoom in again. You see the skin texture. And there you have it. Pretty cool, right? I will be having more advanced tutorial in the future, so you should stay tuned, and you guys could sign up and subscribe to my Patreon page, which I'll have a link on the description below. That would be great, and I can have more tutorials that I can show you guys, and hope you guys learn a lot. And please subscribe to my YouTube channel if you guys can, and I will see you in the next one. Peace. As some of you might know, that I actually have a Patreon site, so if you guys could go check that out by going to www.patreon.com/IamPhotoVideoist. I have different tiers in there that you can have different level of access to my content, and if you guys could provide support for my creativity, I will be so greatly appreciated. So I also have some free stuff in there, free content that for other people to see a sample of my work. And I'll be uploading some more content soon, such as car shows, photo shoot, fashion shoot, glamour shoots, and other video tutorials as well. Joining is easy by choosing a tier that you like to join into by clicking on the join button or become a patron on my page.